Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 67 of my series in which I will try to collect a billion iron ingots. In today's episode, I am going to play with nuclear power from Industrialcraft 2 once again. And it has been quite a while since I've done anything with nuclear power, and that's kind of because it can be heavy on the server a little bit. And so the reactors that I have here and in my other building were just kind of enough for right now. But I have decided to do something a little bit different that I haven't done before. And I plan on, let's see here, let's see if I can find it. I plan on using these dual fuel rods right here and making some quad fuel rods. And to do that, we need there's a couple different recipes that we have here, and let's take a look at what would be easiest here. It looks like it would be easy. Okay, that's cool. Okay, what I think I'm gonna do is get another crafter here, and we're going to use these dual fuel rods, and we're gonna try to find a way to fit a mechanism somewhere in here. Now I need to take a look at something. Okay, we have plenty of channels here. So I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna do something under here. And so what we're going to need is a crafter. And let's see what we have in here. Tiny dry rubber. We can get rid of that. Okay. I wasn't sure how we needed to get rid of that. So, first of all, what I need is I'm going to need my hazmat suit before I get started for real. So as to not die from radiation. So, let's go ahead and slap that on. And now we're going to need fuel rods. We're going to need these guys. We are going to need copper. We're going to need a metal former. And we're going to need some upgrades for that metal former. Transformer upgrades. I think 3 will be good. And then some overclockers. Let's just go with, say, like 4. I think that's overkill, to be honest, but we'll try that. And then, let's see here. What all do we need? Copper plates and iron plates. So we're going to need some iron plates as well. So I'm going to need another metal train or metal former. And I'm actually going to move this crafter to right here. And I'm going to need 3 export buses. With, I don't know that I need, I probably don't need these, but let's just grab a bunch because we can. 12 is perfect, actually. We need iron ingots, and then we need those dual fuel rods, which I already have. So let's get our other metal former. We're gonna need some more overclockers, and we can just use 2 for the iron because we only need like half as much iron as we do copper. And then we also need transformer upgrades for it. Okay, first let's put down the metal formers and the transformers as well as the overclockers. I'm also going to need some ejection upgrades real fast, so let's grab 2 of these guys. South side. I need them to, 1 to the north side and 1 to the south side. This will be to the south side, and then this will need to be to the north side. Cool. Now I should be able to hook this up to my power. I'm gonna have to find a way to get it down here. Actually, no. You know what? Let's do something else. Increase power to 256%. If I remember right, the metal formers use 10 EU per tick, so this would be 25 EU per tick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take these out and keep it at 25 EU per tick. And then I'm going to grab a radioisotopic thermoelectric generator, and by one I mean two, and we are going to slap one on each side, and we are going to fill it with RTG fuel. And I think each one holds 6. So we need 12 of these. So this should provide power, and this fuel will never run out, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, so these metal formers should have power, and that's cool. Now we can set up our export buses here. And we're gonna actually have to be careful here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if we route off of this cable right here, we should be okay. We are going to need a quartz fiber. Yes, just one. And then let's get some covered cable. And we need the white version because that's what we are connecting to. And then I think it'll be easiest if we route it like this. We need our quartz cable right here as to kind of keep these two separate. Okay, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be okay. Device online, device missing channel, device missing channel. Okay, I think we had 12 to begin with. Oh shoot, I can't fly now. Well, that's easily solved. Okay, so in here we need iron. Okay, all these are online. Cool. In here we need copper, and in here we need dual fuel rods. Now, how we're going to do this is we need to kind of segregate what we allow in what slots so that this thing can function like it needs to. And to do that, I think I'm not. How many total slots do we have? I think what we can do is we can do something like this. Okay, so the iron takes up 7. Let's do 7 for the copper, and then the rest can be these. So if we hit remember, that should be cool. And then for our recipe, it's actually, I don't remember off the top of my head, to be honest. I think it's something like this. It is. Cool. So if I hit go, we should start seeing some quad fuel rods build up, which is awesome. Okay, and as an aside, I need a storage bus somewhere. Or not a storage bus, but I need storage for these guys. So let's get modular storage back to the rescue. And let's get a tier 1. And let's place this guy. Actually, let's grab some item duct. And a servo. How we're going to hook this up is have you always be on, and then my modular storage up here. And then cool, that works. And then because we segregated the system, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we can't even use that one. We're gonna have to get another. Is there any way to do this? There is a way to do this. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some covered cable. It has to be the dense variety this time. And we're going to replace this and this with the dense variety. And so that should give us 8 channels from here on out, because this can hold more than 8 channels. And then what we can do is we can use a glass fiber. Oh, nope, it's not called that. It's called a coarse fiber. We can use that right here. And then we can have a storage bus right there. And let's set this to be quad fuel rods only with a -1000 priority. So it should not put anything in here, but it should, this all should show up in the system, which is great because it is working. Now let's fill in these holes right here and then move on to the next step of this. Okay, so what we can do is I can change into my good suit, and then I can fly over here, and we are going to be taking our teleporters to the nuclear building. Bam. And I have 2 floors filled with these reactors right here, which are awesome and work well. But I'm going to be using this floor right here. And I just realized I actually have to go back to my main building. Whoops. Because I need to automate a few things. Now with... Why is this thing not on? Oh, I think I know what's going on. It's actually on. It's just a little bit of lag here. I'm not sure exactly why it's taken so long to turn on. Okay, let me check something. Unfortunately, yeah, we're having issues right now. It looks like the server's like stopped or something. Okay, she's back to life, at least for right now. And I never added these acceleration cards, but I don't really think I need to be honest. So I'm not gonna worry about that. I need to make a couple things, and I think one of it's called the LZH condensator. Actually, first we need to make this. And let's automate that, and then let's see here. Let's make a couple of these guys. Let's make one of these and one of these, so that we can make one of these. Now we can make our LZH condensator, and then okay, we don't know how to make these guys. I have a lot of stuff automated. Let's try this again. Okay. And then we also need to make the reactant cooler injectors. And we need both of them. I don't think I have this automated yet, so let's go ahead and do that. And then we should be able to Okay, we'll have to do that manually then. And then we should be able to automate these guys. Okay. Coolant injector. It makes sense that they have ejector upgrades in them. Okay, this is the RSH version. And then we need the LZH version. Cool. And we're gonna need quite a few of these. So let's go ahead and tell the system to make a bunch of stuff. First we need, let's say 200 of the, no, actually, let's do the injectors first. Because the injectors use, and I don't actually need too many of these guys. Let's do 20 each. What am I missing? Oh, okay, it's about time I do this. Because for whatever reason, I used jungle wood the first time I automated that, and that's kind of a pain in the butt. So we're gonna use oak wood. Okay, let's try this again. Injectors. 20. Okay, I remember what's going on. So, let's see here. Essentially, I have to restart the server if I want it to, like, recognize that I changed the recipe for whatever reason. So, what I can do is I can just make a bunch of oak planks, and then it should work. There we go. RSH. Am I still short? I am still short. Okay, there we go. Now let's make 200 of each of these. And I am going to wait for all this stuff to craft up, and then I'm going to be back from my nuclear building. And so I will be back after all of that stuff is done crafting. Now that I have a lot of my stuff for the setup, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a mass fabricator setup that's going to be really, really similar to that right there. And first I need to find the center of the room, and then we can slap down, I guess I can do this in whatever order I want, but let's do that. And then we need to put our fluid duct underneath. So it'll be real simple if I just do something like this. And there we go, like, okay, that should be our fluid. Now we need some transformers, and some, I'm not sure how many I need, and a couple of overclockers if I remember right. So let's see here. That doesn't need power at all, so that should be good. Now let's grab some stone. And what I'm gonna do is, actually, this won't take but a second, so just cover that up. Cool. Now that that's set up, let's set up our first reactor, and we'll set it up way back here. For these reactors, I'm actually going to use 2 reactor chambers, and I'm going to set them up like so they're flat to the floor. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, actually, let's get a wrench. I already have a wrench. Let's place one down, not facing anything. As you can see, there's one side that's a little bit different, and the interface looks something like this. If I remember right, what I need to do is I need to place it so that interface is facing down. The different one. And let's try the same thing with this. Actually, yeah, it looks like it is the same. So let's go ahead and face it down like that. Now, if you'll notice, it says power tier 2 on this, which kind of concerns me. So, I guess first thing I'm going to do is I need to whip this suit back on, and then I need to grab some fuel rods. I need 12 of them, I believe, for each reactor. So let's get 12, and then let's get some RSH and LZH. And I actually only need 6 of these and then 12 of these. Okay, so how we are going to set these reactors up is I'm going to have a line of quad fuel rods here and here. I'm going to have the RSH condensators on the outside, and in the middle we will have our LZH condensators. We will have power, let's say, coming out from over here along the back wall. And what we're going to need is we're going to need transformers, and we're going to need 2 actually. One on either side of the lines. And let me run down here to... Okay, we go clear up against the wall, which is completely fine. How I think we're going to set these up is something like... And I actually need these to go up and across. So let me finish that out. You know what? No, I don't, because I can have them come across pretty much anywhere in the room. Let us... Okay, I actually need to completely reverse that. So let me grab this wrench. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, I actually can change suits, and I'm going to. Don't have anything radioactive on me, so let's do that. What I can do is I can shift click, and it will completely opposite what I had that set at. Then we fly up here, and we need to do the same thing with this. And then we need to set each of these to be fixed step down. And then we can run lines like this across the room. Yeah, I think that'll work fine. And they need to be like this because if you're not familiar with the transformers, there are 5 sides have 1 dot on them, and 1 side has 5 dots. Essentially, each of the transformers have a step up and step down. The 5 dot side would be the 2048 EU per tick, and the 1 dot sides would be the 512 EU per tick. If I were to do fixed step up, essentially it would be intaking power from the 1 dot sides, but obviously that's not what I need it set at. I need it fixed step down. So in we have anywhere up to 2048 EU per tick, and it will step it down to 512 EU per tick. And then we will take that 512 EU per tick and step it down to 128 EU per tick, which should be able to be handled by these guys right here. Oh, whoops. I am messing this all up. Okay, that should work. These things should get power, and they should not explode. I really hope anyways. So the next thing is the LCH requires lapis, and the RSH requires redstone. So let's get some redstone and lapis. And I actually think the LCH can use redstone as well, but I'm not going to test that right here. Wait, what? Let me try something else. Okay, apparently they need blocks. Yes, they need blocks. And I kind of think this can use redstone too. Let's test it out. It cannot. I am wrong. Okay, so these use blocks of redstone, and what they're going to do is they're going to refill the durability of these condensators as they need to. So let's do a quick play test. I really hope this doesn't get nasty. Hopefully nothing explodes. And okay, everything seems to be working really well right now. These things are getting power. They haven't exploded yet. Let's run until it needs to repair one of these guys. And actually, before we do that, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hook this up, because why not? As in, hook it up to the mass fab setup. So let's grab this, and let's run it across right here. And we are actually going to have to color these cables at some point. I don't need to do it right now, but because we're going to have them crossing, like I'll have a cable right here, I need these two not to connect, or else we will have these things go boom, which is not what we want. So we have power to these guys and nothing's exploding, which is cool. Now let's keep an eye on this. As these things go down, and you'll notice the LZH has 100,000 durability versus 20,000. I believe the lapis repairs even more durability than the redstone does. But as we can see, these things are starting to lower down. And if these injectors work correctly, it will use the redstone and the lapis to repair these guys as they sit in here, which is awesome. And as you'll notice, I can use regular fuel rods and get large amounts of EU per tick, which is fantastic. Now, obviously, these things are an explosion hazard if I do not set all of this up well. So I'm going to have to come up with a system to automatically turn these things on and off. And I don't think I'm going to complete this setup in this episode because we're still kind of a long ways off of completing the setup, but that's completely fine with me. I just want to prove the concept will work right now. Okay, so we're getting down. I'm not sure at what point these things get repaired. As we can see, the LZHs, a couple of them are about 3/4 durability, and then these guys are even below that, it looks like. I'm kind of hoping it does it before they get to the bottom or get completely out, but it's been such a long time since I've used these things, to be honest. So let's see here. Any day now. Cool. Okay, so it's about 3,000 to which these guys get repaired, which is fantastic. And then I'm not sure when they get repaired, but I'm sure they'll get repaired. And each one for, I think they were at 3,000, for about 17,000 durability, uses a block of redstone. Because I repaired 4 of them, or 8 of them I should say, 4 on each side. That's cool. I'm going to shut this off for right now. And let's complete this part of the setup. We need a pulling upgrade and an ejector upgrade over here. So let's get some upgrades. Pulling upgrade, and actually let's just grab a pre-configured one, and then an ejector upgrade as well. And then we'll need modular storage once again. And let's grab an iron ingot as well, or an iron ore. Come on. Okay, we only need one. We need to slap the iron ore in the scanner. We need our upgrade, our ejector upgrade. Upgrade or output to the west side, that is perfect. And then pull from the east side, which is perfect. And then we can put down our modular storage on either side with the storage module. And then we need some covered cable with buses. And for these, we definitely should grab the acceleration cards. We need scrap boxes to be input. Actually, let's do it on top. I think it'll look better. Ejector will eject scrap boxes into you. And did I not grab my other bus? I did not. Import bus will import iron from you. And then we can hook these guys up. And let's elbow that right there. And cool. So if we throw some scrap boxes in here, should pull it in. Let's turn this on for a quick demonstration. Okay, I think what's happening right now is the scanning module is taking a lot of the power. But once that thing gets up, we should see this mass fabricator accelerate a little bit. And that's with only one reactor right now. We're going to have a lot of these guys in here. I think I'm going to start off with one row. But we're kind of out of time right now. But I want to see how fast this thing gets once the scanner's done with this one reactor here. Because I'm kind of excited because these guys provide a lot of power. Each one of these guys, a lot of power. In the next episode, I need to set up some automatic tuning for these reactors to make sure they are not on should I run out of lapis or redstone, because that would be bad. That would end in a boom. We do not want that. So we're going to have to set something up, some automation that will shut off the reactors should we run out of stuff. That shouldn't be too difficult. And I want to go ahead and finish this. This isn't too bad, to be honest. I mean, we only have one reactor, and we're going to have, I don't know, maybe 100 in here? I don't know. We'll see. So this thing should start flying once we get a bunch of reactors set up. And that is cool. Let's turn this guy on. We do need to turn this off, though, because we have no way to get lapis and redstone in here. So, yeah, we need that to be off. So, in today's episode, we managed to start setting up a new nuclear reactor system, which is cool. It should definitely provide a lot of iron once we actually get it going. But for right now, it's just kind of a proof of concept. And I'm happy about it because it works and nothing exploded. The injectors worked like I thought they would. And yeah, that just makes me happy. As of right now, we have 131 million iron ingots, which is a nice improvement over last episode. I think as of right now, we're somewhere around 8 million iron ingots per day, which still puts us quite a ways from 1 billion iron ingots, but we're going to get there. It's just going to take some time. And I'm pretty excited. I want to see 1 billion. I want to see 1B right here. That'll be kind of awesome. Anyways, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.